Hello and welcome back to my Minecraft 1 block hardcore world. In this episode, I'm going to try to accomplish two things. One is to make it to day 100. Day 100. Yes, that is one of my goals. The other goal is to finally make a mob farm, which I'm going to be extending off my platform this way. Now, I do remember in my last video, I think it was, where I said I was going to start building additions up to make it where you have to use like a staircase to go up. And so I am going to start that with this project. Oh my god. Yeah, seeing that, you'd know that making it to day 100 is going to be a lot harder than one would assume, considering I almost just ran straight into the void right there. Anyway, let me go clear out my inventory and gather materials, and then I'll start building the mob farm that way. Hopefully I can actually find one that works for 1.21. Let's get started. First of all, replace the slabs I broke here with cherry blossom slabs, because that's what the ground of my platform is made out of. See, now that is the ground. First of all, this is a bottom slab. These are our top slabs, which means stairs can only go on here or here. Now I'm going to put them on this second row. Okay, I placed down the stairs. Now let's take it up one more level. Yeah, like that. Oh, I don't like that. I need to put slabs at the back of that staircase. Anyway, I'm not sure how far I need to make this way from my base. I think it's like 20 blocks, or that might just be for animals, but you know, I'm gonna go the 20 anyway. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that goes the full 20 blocks, and now I need to copy and paste this twice for the middle and the other side. Place these torches down to prevent mobs from spawning on these, because these are top slabs, so let's put them 5 blocks away from each other. I don't need a particularly large circle, so I think this one is going to be a 15 by 15 size. And so I need to make this a 3 and then add 1 block to either side, and then make the circle going out toward that way. That wasn't a particularly difficult circle. I mean, it is pretty small, but I don't need very much space for my mob farm anyway, theoretically. I'm thinking of those like mushroom cloud farms, and they usually have like this tubic structure that mobs drop through. And they're not particularly big, those tubes, and so this should be an ample size to actually place the mob farm, right? This is my first time ever actually making one of these. Hopefully that design still works in 1.21. I got every material that the tutorial requires. 15 stacks of a block, a good amount of ladders and trapdoors, slabs, hoppers, chests, water, and torches. Now, for anyone wondering, I am following a tutorial made by a YouTuber named Rediscover Redstone. So, if this doesn't work, you know who to blame. I'm joking. But I think it might work. Possibly. I don't know. I've never built one of these before. I don't know how many times I'm going to say that. But let's get started. So the first step of the tutorial is to build 100 blocks above sea level, but I'm not exactly sure what the sea level on this world is. Not quite sure how you check that. So maybe oh wait, I'm at 63. So his sea level is 63, so I just need to build 100 blocks up. I need to build to 163. Okay, this is why 163. Now, he built his farm over water, but this is 1 block, so I can't really do that. Oh my god, I can barely see my roof. Anyway, I can't do that, and I don't trust my water bucket skills enough to jump down here. So, time to break those torches. A free ride going down. Gotta wait. Not really, I could just continue going down. Everything slowly coming back into view. That is some interesting fog on my base. Oh, it's pretty much gone now. Somehow, that water only broke 2 of my torches. That's fine, I still have a lot more. Now, once this water fully disappears, I have to then build ladders onto this tower. This is taking a while. I've already been here for like a minute and a half and the water's still coming down. Did I really build that high up? The water is finally reaching its end at the bottom of my platform. Just a bit more, around 10 blocks I think. And then the water will be gone forever. Until I decide to place it again. Actually, that won't be necessary because the next step is to build up the tower with ladders. Okay, here we go. At the very beginning. Just continue going up while holding right click. And all will be good. Okay, he said to place 2 blocks on the left side like this. And I think 1 block on this side. Now I got a 4x6 rectangle. This is what he did, I think. Okay, now I need to break 4 blocks over here, I think. 4 blocks here, and fill them up with the hoppers, which I don't have, so I gotta go back down the ladder. I just realized that the video I'm looking at is for Minecraft Bedrock apparently, but considering I have already gotten this far, I'm just gonna hope that it works for Java too. Have faith me and everybody else who's watching this. Okay, so the video now has me placing blocks like this. A temporary block right here, he said, with trapdoors going over it as a top block. So this is what it looks like currently. Oh. Okay, now I need to add another layer to these blocks. Place that here as another temporary block. And then 2 more slabs. And then let's see what's next. Okay, now I need to make... Oh crap. No. Oh my god. I almost died. Oh, that was a clutch. While I was falling, I had to twist all the way around the pillar to land on the ladders. Oh, I need to be more careful up there. Oh my god. Anyway, I have to make these 19 blocks taller now, I think. I'm gonna have to rewatch that part of the video. Yep, he said 19 blocks taller. And so, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll build it in 4s. Okay, I have built all the way up 19 blocks. As you can see, these drops will kill me if I fall down there. Or bring me down to half a heart. Right. Okay, now I need to bring the sides out 7 blocks, I think. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I do the exact same thing on this one. And I believe I do this on every side of the mob farm. Now that step is completed. 7 blocks going out on each side of this square. With those 2 blocks there, I take it around, all around this line, I think. This shouldn't be too hard. And then this. Pretty sure I gotta do this with every side. Now it's time to place the water. Arguably the easiest part of this whole thing. Gotta do these really easy neos, I think that's what they're called. Where you jump and try and round a corner. Anyway, with the water, I place these like that. Oh, no, you go there. I need this to function as an infinite water source. And then get rid of that one. There we go. I don't think it's supposed to be like that. I don't think water is supposed to go down there. So what that means is I gotta bring this out like another block, I think. I don't know. How is water still? I'm so confused. Anyway, so it looks like I'm going to have to actually bring this out one block further than what Rediscover Redstone did. That's probably one of the differences between Java and Bedrock, is how far the water travels. No, because now it stops right what? Okay. So, was it right the first? Where did my second bucket of water go? Oh my god. It was right the first time, it was just being weird. Give me my wood back then, and then reconnect this. I need to fix my water. Ow. Just gonna pop out here real quick. Once this water disappears. I actually need some oxygen. Oh boy. Of course I screw up the build. Why wouldn't I? Anyway, oh, here's the ladder. Time to go down because I need more water. Yippee. Actually, hold on. Why can't I just build an infinite water source up here? Do this and that. Still gonna need to go down to get that other bucket of water though. So, here we go. I'm so confused. When I extended this to be 9 blocks instead of 8, the water never reached the square. But this is still just 7 blocks and what? How? Why is it working like this now? The water is so weird. Now, I need to get back up. Where's my water? My infinite water source. Where is it? Ah, there it is. Over here? Yep. I could get down there from here. Whoop. And I'm down. I figured the water physics out somewhat. I think this is what it's supposed to do. Like, lead the water all the way to the very edge, but not go over it. Now, let's see what Rediscover Redstone has in store for us next. Okay, so what he wants me to do next is place the sides of the channels with trapdoors and then open them. Which that makes sense because mobs register open trapdoors as full blocks, so they don't actually know to not step on them, which often results in them falling if you set your traps up right, that is. This is my first time making a mob's farm, but it's not my first time making a mob trap, so I know that much at least. Anyway, I need to do this on the sides of every channel. Okay, now I need to fill in the quadrants being separated by the channels. So I can do that. Would I still have access to my water though? Ooh, no I wouldn't. That's fine. That's fine. Totally fine. It's fine. Nothing to worry about. Nothing at all. Oh, there goes my ladder. Anyway, I need to fill in these quadrants. I have to now build a wall, not on the sides, but something like this. See, I have to do this all around this platform thing. To prevent spiders from spawning here, we pretty much have to place a trapdoor 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 here. Pretty much right there, and place other trapdoors 3 blocks away from it. Like this. And then do this all around. This is to prevent spiders from spawning, which I would like to get string. However, spiders can easily clog up a mob spawner. I know that much. So, these trapdoors are being installed to prevent that from happening. So I could come up here as little as possible. Now I need to do that on this side as well. Okay, now it's time to build the roof for this thing. Hopefully it'll actually work. And, well, I'm actually going to need more blocks for this. So, it is time to make my way down. Here I go. And I see there. Ha! Caught myself. Oh my god, mobs are spawning down here. You're not supposed to be there. How did they... I'm gonna have to light this up. Place you there. Place you there. And then place one here and here. That should light this up to prevent mobs from spawning. Now I need to go get more planks. Down I go. Okay, the roof. He did this and then place a block like that. And then pretty much I just fill in this entire square with planks and then put torches on top of them. With this being a one block, I don't think I needed to build this as high as I did. But look, the mob spawner is working as it's intended. And so, this bedrock mob spawner by Rediscover Redstone can also work on Java. Or maybe not, because that was a spider there. A spider spawned where a spider wasn't supposed to spawn. Not exactly sure how to fix that, but I'm getting a ton of bones. Those and experience is why I built this thing in the first place. So it's definitely serving its point. Give me XP and bone meal. There's also arrows, of course. Now, my issue with this, though, is that to get the creepers, I have to crouch. But when I crouch, they're able to see me between the slabs. And so they start trying to blow up. And that is no good. No bueno. Nicht gut. However you want to say it. Yeah, see, I hear a spider. I think there's a spider clogging it. Which is what those trapdoors were supposed to prevent. I guess that's the part. That's bedrock. The spiders. Oh. See that creeper tried to blow up. But generally, this mob farm does work. And so I thank Rediscover Redstone for this design. Although I still think I could have built it down there. Come on, creepers. I'm getting a lot of gunpowder from this. And a slime ball. I'm not quite sure what actually dropped that. But if you would notice, it's only day 80. And I'm not going to end this episode until day 100. And so, I'm going to move on to my next project. Down I go. The first thing I actually want to do is decorate this platform. Decorate it like the rest of my islands. Which it has like this spruce outer layer. But first, time to go to sleep. There we go. The island has its spruce outer layer. Now, this isn't the only thing I'm going to do. I'm also going to develop the sides of the island. Like, make them look better so they're not just these slabs that are just sitting here, making it super easy for me to walk off the edge. But I'm going to make them into actual walls, which means that, unfortunately, my original water farm has got to go. There is no longer any point for this being here because I now have my pond next to my house, and there's also the infinite water source I made on my mob farm. And so, just break all of that. I'm also going to have to move these chests, but you don't need to see that. And I'm going to do that real quick before I start developing the sides for better protection. This is an example of what I want the sides of my circles to be. This. And yes, I used leaves. As Cookie God once said, I think it was Cookie God, leaves make everything look better. Or maybe I'm thinking of Paul GG. It was one of those two, or maybe they're just two among many. Either way, leaves make everything better. And so, this is what the sides are going to look like. So, the first step would be these sides, the straight sides. So, all of these paths, this one, that one, that one, and that one, all need to have this same design. And so for that, I'm going to go get some more spruce wood. The first path I'm going to change is this one, the one that leads to my plateau. So first things first, I need to destroy the corner blocks. Here and here. Then, actually, never mind. It looks like I need to keep the corner blocks. Oh boy. So I need to replace these because these are top slabs. And so, what I need to do is this. 1, 2. Do the same on here. And the same over here. It's 1, 2, and 1, 2. The next thing I need to do is to place stairs. See? Place stairs against the pillars on every corner. Then I place slabs. Right, yep. I place slabs on top of the stairs, connecting each pillar, because then that leaves a block worth of space between the first row of slabs and the second row of slabs, which is what I fit the leaves into. By the way, I can't run off the edge anymore, so yay. But I need to break these torches. Break. I need to break all of them. We only need torches on the corner blocks because they're connected through bottom slabs, so nothing can spawn there. However, things could still spawn on an unlit pillar. Next, we fill this in with cherry saplings. Leaves. By the way, I have my graphics on fast, but I imagine this would look much better if I switched my graphics over to fancy. Let's take a quick peek. This is what the path would look like on fancy graphics. You could actually see through the leaves, sort of. But the next thing I want to do is place slabs on the pillars. Solely on the pillars, like this. On both sides. There we go. And then the last step is to put signs like they're boards going from stair to stair. And like that, the second path is done. For even more details, I could always write something on the signs to make it look like they connect all the way down. Like a sort of black line, sort of. Eat some baked potatoes. And then head for bed. Well, this is the end of my world. Day 84. So, what happened was I fell off the edge. Okay? Yes, I fell off of the edge. Can't even see anything anymore. Okay, I am going to switch my game mode to survival. Well, no, to creative. Oop, to creative. So my world will load in. On the night of day 84, I fell off the edge. I was over here cutting down some trees, and then I walked off. But this is what my base looks like. It looks nice. I wish I could have taken it farther. In fact, I was really looking forward to finally reaching day 100 on a world. But nope. That is that. No more one block hardcore. At least not in this series. I did pretty good. I've learned some things while doing this. First off, I accomplished some pretty good things in this world. What could I have bought from you? Summons a trial challenge when dropped into the void. Oh. That's interesting. First time I've seen anything like that. But I accomplished a lot in this world. I built this house. All legit. I built a mob farm for the first time ever. There's a crop farm, an auto smelter, a tree farm, a cobble gen. I did good. But all good things eventually come to an end. With that being said, this is the end of this series. I hope you all enjoyed it. I somewhat enjoyed playing it, other than the risks. Unfortunately, I died off camera when my recording was paused, so you didn't get to see it. So, since you all didn't get to see my death, let me just replicate it for you real quick. So, I was over here cutting down leaves with shears, and then, without realizing it, I walked off the edge around that same spot, and that's how I died. Just like that. But, farewell everybody. Have a good day, have a good afternoon, good night, have a good whatever it is for you. I hope you enjoyed this video. And farewell.